Today I'm going to be showing you 5 different unique transitions that you can use in your next movie, TV show, music video, whatever. And obviously what I mean by a transition is a way to smoothly go from one shot to another. But you might be asking yourself, Kevin, why in the world would I listen to you on these things? Well, number one, I'm kind of a filmmaker. And number two, I actually did a master's program where my thesis was about metaphor in film. And these transitions are basically metaphors for something. So let's jump right into it. This first transition that we're going to go over is from the show Euphoria, where Sydney Sweeney's character is in a hospital. She's getting a procedure done and the doctor needs to put her to sleep. So after we see the doctor inject her, we start on a very close shot of her face, and as she falls asleep, the camera pulls away from her and everything goes out of focus. This leads to another out of focus shot, her dancing in a very surreal backlit room. The transition here obviously implies that now we are in her dream state. We are seeing what she is dreaming about, but she could only be dreaming if she passed out first. And that's the metaphor that this transition is accomplishing. When someone passes out, they might have the feeling of everything being blurred and the world somehow pulling away from them. Now, to accomplish this move, obviously all you have to do is start focused on your character, pull the camera back, and go out of focus. However, if you use a macro lens and you get your camera close enough to the subject, set the focus point for the actress's nose or eyes, and then pull it back, it might just go out of focus on its own. So it's up to you if you actually want to rack focus in addition to that to emphasize the effect more. I call this transition the Passout. This next transition that you can use for your film is also from the show Euphoria, and it's when Cassie and Chris are dancing at this house party. The camera pushes in on them dancing, and once it gets close enough, it just kind of spins and transitions into the next shot, which is also spinning. It does this again, and this time they're making out in the bathroom. And I think this transition accomplishes a few things. First of all, it compresses a time span of maybe an hour or two into just a few seconds. Second of all, it matches the energy of the party. The party is upbeat and fun, and the editing is also upbeat and fun. But thirdly, I also think it helps to get in the mindset of the characters. Like maybe they're at this party, they're a little high, they kind of don't know what's going on, and they're just letting things spin out of control with one another and to the point where they're making out in the bathroom. Now, this transition might be pretty difficult to pull off because not only do you need precision in where you place the characters at what point in the spin, but it's also probably pretty difficult to do this handheld or with the equipment that most of us have. Because just imagine having to spin a camera 360 degrees with your hands like that. Maybe you could just twist it 180 degrees one time and then go to the next shot and start it upside down and then flip it the rest of the way. But they probably use something like this, Technocrane, so maybe just get rich. I will say though, I think this transition could have been more effective if they kept the same characters in the same place in the spin. You'll notice here that the characters actually kind of switch spots. So you're looking at Sydney Sweeney character and it switches to Chris, and it's a little more jarring than I think it could have been. I call this one the spin switch. This next transition is also from the show Euphoria because they have some really great camera work in that show. Here we see Rue and Jules in bed. They have just started their relationship, and the camera kind of arcs over them past the bed, and then it transitions into this shot of them at the fair in the same kind of circular camera movement. It goes past them, shows them in bed again, and then past them again, and then it shows them at school. It's almost like they're in this giant cylinder. Now again, I think the beauty of this transition is not only that it looks cool, but that it condenses the span of maybe days or weeks into only a few seconds. And I think the metaphor here could also kind of be looked at as each shot has a beginning and an end. You're kind of viewing the shot almost as if you're in a car, like driving by them, and it gives this sense of time that a normal straight-on shot would not give. Now, you can honestly do this kind of a shot with just a gimbal or even a handheld camera that has great stabilization if you just bring it around them, arc it around them like that, and then transition by passing by an object, and then in post cutting on the black frame and then transitioning into the next shot. However, the bed shot here is a little bit more tricky. I have a feeling they're probably actually standing up. The bed is like vertical and they're just doing the same thing going around them. Otherwise, they might have some kind of high-tech technocrane that arcs over them. I call this transition the cylinder. This next transition is from the movie Cape Fear, and here we see this woman putting on makeup when all of a sudden the screen just fades into this solid color red and then fades out into the next shot. I don't know what the metaphor here would be, but it's a very cool stylistic decision that gives it a unique feel. It makes me feel uneasy, and I think that anticipates the themes of the movie going forward because this happens at the beginning. It feels very sinister even though the woman's just putting on makeup. Now, to do this is super easy. All you have to do is go into your editing program and put a red solid color over top of 2 clips and then fade in over the first clip and fade out over the second one. I call this the color cut. finally, we have one of my favorite transitions I've seen, even though it is one of the most simple. This comes from the movie climax at the end of the film, so if you don't want this spoiled for you, then don't watch any more of this video. This movie starts out with a bunch of people going to this random location to have a crazy party. But after a while, things get a little wild, and it turns out that someone has spiked all of their drinks with some kind of drug that makes them go crazy. Some are passed out, some are dancing, but all of them are completely effed up. These firemen or cops or whatever come into the building and discover the entire scene, and then the film just kind of cuts to black for a second and then cuts into a closer shot of those policemen. It then goes on to do this multiple times, cutting to different shots of different people who were scattered about this place. I think this gives a sense of distorted time and puts the audience in the shoes of the characters who have been drugged and gives them a sense of blacking out, just like the characters did in the movie. And obviously this is super simple to do on your own. Just go into your editing program and create a black frame. So that's all the transitions I have for you today. Please like and follow and subscribe and notification bell and all that stuff if you want to see more of these videos, because I like making them and it would be really nice if I got some actual views on them, because I think it's useful. I think it's useful to have a shorthand kind of language for filmmaking techniques that you want, whether it be camera moves or VFX techniques or editing techniques or transitions like I showed you today, saying, hey editor, I want the blackout technique in this, and he'll know, he'll not only know what to do technically, but he'll know the idea you're going for, the theme or the message. And I think that's a really helpful thing to have, and it's not something that happens in stuff. So and stuff, and also, yeah. And also, if you know of any cool transitions that you know of that have metaphorical meanings or whatever, please comment them below and maybe they'll make it in a future video. So thank you all for watching. Goodbye.